Lagoons, and welcome back to another Mopium Productions video. We're back on Counter-Strike, as you guys all know. I'm the famous Counter-Strike guy. But in today's video, I wanted to just be honest really quick and say that I cried a lot today. And it's not because of like any particular situation. Like, it's not something I'm going through. It's just mainly that I finished the novel Welcome to the NHK, and I talked about the anime and the manga 2 videos ago. It was titled This Anime Hurts, and you know, I kind of explained that I really enjoyed the anime, but I was really dissatisfied with the ending, and so that's why I turned to the manga, because I was hoping maybe the manga had a different ending, or like a more satisfying ending, I guess. And then it turns out that I was hurt even worse in the manga, so I was really sad. But I read the novel, and I'm actually really satisfied with the ending, which is really weird because the novel ending is the exact same as the anime. Like there's like obviously a few differences, like a few changes, but it's essentially the same ending. The novel and the anime have the same ending. There's really no difference. But so the main reason why I hated the manga ending is because the manga really turned Misaki, who's supposed to be like this angel, like, you know, she's supposed to be a nice person, kind of. Like, she has like a little hint of, like, she's a flawed character, right? Like, she has her ups and downs, but she still means well. Like, she's not doing it out of spite. But the manga kind of made it seem like, you know, there's seriously something wrong with her and she needs mental help, sorry, which made me really sad. Like, they made her really manipulative. They made her really just like a horrible character. And I was like, okay, like, why? What was the point? And then the ending just kind of felt rushed. Like, it just, like, they were like, oh, well, we're just going to end the manga here, or we're going to end the story here. So with that said, I was like, okay, I'll give the light novel a shot. You know, maybe the ending will be different. Maybe I'll feel a lot better. Because some people were also saying that she's also manipulative in the novel too, and that like the manga is a more accurate portrayal of her character in the novel, because, you know, the novel is the source material. It's the first thing that came out. And so it turns out that, yeah, in the novel, she does seem a little more manipulative, but at the end, she's still a nice person. Like, I still consider her a good, like, well-meaning person. Whereas in the manga, she's just straight up evil. She's just, like, I don't want to touch her with a 10-foot pole. Like, I don't want to even be, like, in her vicinity. Like, I feel like I would go crazy just standing next to her. But yeah, so I'm really happy that the light novel still kept her innocent, or like her character, like, you know, that she's flawed, but she still means very well, and like she is still a good person in my eyes. And oh my god, okay. And so yeah, I really like the ending. I started bawling my eyes out at the ending, mainly because I could relate to the ending a lot. I was like, wow, this is like serious. This is really emotional. And so that's why I highly recommend you guys to go watch the anime or read the novel. The manga, I would say, if like, you know, you finish the anime and you finish the novel and you're like, you know what, I still want a little more Welcome to the NHK, then I would recommend the manga. I really like the art style of the manga. I feel like the sense of like dread, like the tone of the whole story comes across really well with the artist's style or his drawings. Like it expresses things really well, and I like that about the manga. And the funny thing is, I actually bought the manga. Like, this is the first time in, I don't know, like 10, 15 years since I bought a manga. And it was actually the whole Welcome to the NHK, all 8 volumes. I bought them. But Yeah, the novel is amazing. The novel goes a lot more in depth and says a lot of things more explicitly than the anime or the manga does. So I feel like the novel definitely is like the definitive way um, to experience the story, but the anime gets everything across just as well and actually separates a lot of the issues that the main character goes through in the anime into the other characters, and the anime feels more like a professional package, like, that's how I would put it. It feels more professional, it feels more put together. So if you just watch the anime, then I think that's fine. You still experience the same stories. A lot of the things that the anime covers is in the novel too. Like, it's essentially one-to-one. But like I said, the novel states things more explicitly, and puts things more clearly in front of you and tells you, like, this is what's really happening. Whereas the anime, it's a little more vague. It's a little more like metaphorical. But yeah, so I highly recommend the series, especially if you're like going through a dark time right now. I think it is one of those animes where you kind of have to be in that kind of state of mind to fully appreciate it, or at least like get what it's trying to get across, like understand what it's trying to get across. And to be honest, so yeah, when I watched the anime, I wasn't really in that state of mind of like, oh, like, that helplessness or like that feeling of like, just not wanting to be here anymore. I'd say I'm at like a very decent shit in my life right now. But I definitely, I have my own worries. I have my own feelings of how everything is like turning out in my life. But yeah, so like I said, Welcome to the NHK. It's peak, man. It's so raw. It conveys everything so well. And if I feel like even if you know somebody that's going through it right now, I think this series can explicitly explain to you how that person feels right now or what they're going through right now. So even if you feel like you're not going through it, but you know somebody that's going through it, I recommend you to go watch the series, because a lot of the things that it shows and explains is something that I haven't seen from other shows that kind of try to tackle the same feeling. And I think what's beautiful about it is that the author who like made the series, he essentially wrote the whole story from his own experience, like the things he was going through and what he was doing as he was dealing with these issues. And so I think that's why Welcome to the NHK is genuine peak, in terms of, explaining how somebody might feel in a situation of dread or feeling like they can't do anything in life anymore, or just isolation and, those among those lines. Honestly, I could talk about Welcome to the NHK for hours, and the funny thing is I was recording a video where it was just my face cam, and I was trying to explain the ending and what I was feeling and what I saw in myself as I was reading the ending, because it really does open your eyes a lot to, how people get into these situations or how people end up with this kind of mental state. And the novel does the best job out of the three, to be honest, because the novel, like I said, explicitly states what's going on, and it makes you feel even worse, I guess, is one way to put it. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm probably gonna glaze Welcome to the NHK until the day I die. And honestly, in the dread that it gives you, in the like all the raw negative emotions it gives you, it it ironically makes you want to live more. It ironically kind of shows you what it means to be alive, or like why you would want to stay alive. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I really do want to do like a deep dive in it. I do want to, you know, upload that video of me talking about the ending and what I went through, and how I could see parts of myself in both characters, like in both the main character and the main female character. But I feel like it's very dark, it's very heavy. But if you guys do want that video, please comment down, and I'll probably upload it as tomorrow's video. I need to tweak it a little bit, but yeah. Anyways, moral of the story is, please go watch or read or listen to Welcome to the NHK, because there's also an audiobook of the novel that's like 4 or 5 hours long. I chose to read it because I just wanted to go through the whole material quicker. I felt like reading would be a lot faster than listening to it, so I read the whole thing. But yeah, highly recommend Welcome to the NHK. Please go watch it or listen or read it. Please. You can. There's so many sources of getting it for free that you would kind of be doing yourself a disservice of not experiencing this series. But please subscribe.